Hi, good day, everybody. How are you doing? Let me know in the chat below if you are watching live or you're watching the replay. I can't see the chat. I can't see the comments. Okay, never mind. Okay, so today I wouldn't say switch gears. Over the past couple of days, I have been addressing the topic of our children's use of technology and how we can help them to make meaningful use of their tech time, right? The time that they have with technology, whether it's screen time on their tablet or game time on their computer, laptop, or time on the television watching Netflix or whatever device they are using to engage with technology. So I've been talking a little bit about that. And already I hear parents talking about, these possible addictions and, um, their concern about how much tech time or how much screen time their children are getting. So today I wanted to touch a little bit on a topic I believe ties into our concerns about um, consumption, right? And in this case, or over the past couple of days, I've been talking about consumption of screen time and technology. But one of the things I want to touch on today is overall consumption and what we are, or what examples we're setting in the home when it comes to um, the use of things, right? And this is things in general. It doesn't have to do with tech. It could be toys. It could be clothes. It could be shoes. It could be anything. And one of the issues that I guess you could say is prevalent with over consuming when it comes to screen time or technology is a lifestyle that is, I guess, not frugal, right? And I'm not saying that minimalism, well, let's call it minimalism because that's the keyword we're working with. I'm not saying that minimalism is for everybody, and or it should be for everybody, but it's not something that you can switch on and off at will. All right. It takes a certain level of discipline to maintain a minimalist lifestyle, not just as it relates to the use of technology, but as a whole. Now, when I say minimalism, I'm talking about consumption, minimal consumption. So, this is one of the lifestyles we have adopted over the years, all right? And it I wouldn't say it would be because of financial restraint. We just found other ways to make connection as mother and child without the need to buy things, right? So growing up, my son had maybe one toy at a time because truthfully he didn't need um, anything else toy wise. However, he got the experience of learning animation development, being able to develop a business from that, and uh, having getting the experience of developing all the skills that he believed, he was interested in developing. And it has been, well, for us, a very rewarding lifestyle. But I wanted to touch on the topic of minimalism because I feel that it ties in to the the consumption of technology in the home. And it really doesn't start there. When the kids are younger and as they're not really focused on using tech, um, sometimes parents buy them toys. Um, if you do X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna buy you this. If if you do this or you do that, then you can have this. And so it already sets the stage for consumerism. And today I want to talk a little bit about how you can introduce minimalism into your home and what are some of the ways you can control the consumption within your home and avoid uh, the negative spiral of having to curtail. All right. So when it comes to minimalism, so I'm just gonna touch a little bit on um, three major. There are more, but I'll touch on uh, three major points that will help you to encourage minimalism in your home. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this isn't something that you'll be able to switch on and off at will. Like, we're splurging this week, we're gonna cut back next week. You're gonna get opposition if you do something like that. That's not to say that you don't find yourselves in positions where you need to curtail very quickly to uh, recover from, and I guess in most cases it's a financial situation or a health related situation where you need to cut out certain types of food or certain types of eating habits to to encourage a habit or to make way for a habit that will bring you back on track and you know relieve you of the effects of consumerism. But these are some of the techniques that you can implement right now to get your kids or to start teaching your kids minimalism. Now, besides the direct effect of consumerism on the household, that means you have less money to save or spend or invest in other things. The other direct effect or another effect of consumerism is the effect it has on the environment. Now, I know there is a lot of talk about global warming and climate change and all the different uh, the different movements and awareness campaigns that has gone out to address and bring awareness to uh, climate change. But we have to understand that these changes don't happen out of nowhere. So we're not in a climate change crisis because it dropped out of the sky. We have been uh, creating this environment for some decades now. So it's important for our children, right, being the next generation of leaders, to understand what part they play in preserving our environment. All right. So that's the bigger picture, right? And the kids might not yet understand that, but it's important for you to instill those lessons from early so that they don't. I mean, we have already exhausted our waste quota. So now we have to scale back. And it's important that we teach the kids uh, how to scale back, how to curtail, how to, you know, be appreciative of a minimalist lifestyle, because we don't have any more wiggle room for consumption for the most part. So, one of the ways that, or the first way that you can help your child to uh, adopt a minimalist lifestyle is firstly with gratitude. Being thankful for the things that they have. That includes health, um, have a roof over their head, they have food on the table every single day, and that is really that is golden. All right, life is great without the other extra stuff, right? So before we get into, or before we start talking about the young people of today and how their uh, addiction to technology is creating problems, we have to talk about our addiction to consumerism that already has us in the hole, right? They're not the ones responsible for the climate change, they're just here meeting it. So that's the first thing, gratitude for what you have, right? The other thing, giving your child experience. Let them experience nature. Let them have the experience of developing their skills, tapping into things that, they enjoy and they could use in the near future. So, skill development, personal development is another way for you and your child to bond and celebrate life without buying stuff. All right. The other thing, this is already at 3, so I think, um, yeah. So this is the third one. So another way that you can encourage minimalism and even reduce clutter in your home is to give away secondhand items, right? And if you don't want to give it away, you can recycle it and start a business from it. We have, in our community, we have Liam, who has started um a sustainable clothing line, and we're going to have an interview with him uh, in the near future where he talks about reducing landfill by using clothes that have already been used and to turn them into he paints them and he does some stuff with them, right? So we're going to talk to him about that, but it's a very excellent way to introduce minimalism into your home by either giving away the second-hand items, and of course that will reduce the clutter, or turning your second-hand items into a business, right? So there are some profitable business ideas. You could either sell them on eBay or mybelizeauctions.com for those of you who are in Belize, and or you can give them away to charity. Now, unfortunately, most secondhand items don't actually reach charity, so there's just this consumption that ends up in landfill, that eventually deteriorates our climate and threaten our way of life, right? So that's very important to understand. And we can all do our part. So for your support, I have two links in the description. One is for the personal manifesto for kids. That is a manifesto that it's a manifesto template. It's available on Amazon. It's one that I created, and it will help your child to visualize what they want to achieve for themselves. And this is a great place for you to help your child to introduce minimalism and for them to appreciate minimalism as a lifestyle, as a way of doing their part to make a better future for themselves and future generations. Then the second link is a link to my free creativity class where I help kids to develop skills in coding, book writing, and community influencing. And they can learn how to take some of their secondhand items and turn it into a business idea. So I teach that class. I think that specific class is on Wednesdays, but we have coding, book writing, and community influencing. And they learn to come up with business ideas from their skills and from materials that they have right uh, within their home. So this is a great way. This is another great resource, and it's free. A great resource for you to tap into as a parent and help your child to develop skills, the success skills that will allow them to be the leaders that can actually change our future. All right. Right now, as it is, we have to deal with climate change and other ills that have crept up on us over the years. But we, as parents, are responsible for raising children who will be leaders who will actually make a difference in our community. So I want to thank you for coming on with me today. The live session will be available for you all to watch when you have time. And then I'll also put the link for the Leaders Raising Leaders of Tomorrow membership program, where as parents we get to dive a lot deeper into, you know, what it's like to raise a child in a digital age, how you can develop your confidence as a parent, raising a child in the digital age, teaching them things like emotional intelligence, how to prevent cyberbullying, and many other things. So I'll also add the link for that. And it's $49 per month, but there's a 30-day free trial. So you'll be able to access that. All right. So thanks again for watching, and make sure to access the freebie as quickly as possible, because once we're full, I'll take down the page and you won't be able to access it. But the kids, they love the classes, and it's a great way for them to use their screen time in a very productive way. All right. So thanks again for watching, and I will chat with you again tomorrow. Thank you and bye.